Hello everyone, this is Archana Academy. So today in this video we are going to learn a very beautiful poem, Fire and Ice, which is written by Robert Frost. So before explaining to the poem, let us discuss something about Robert Frost. Robert Frost, he was born on 26 March 1874 and he was died on 29th January 1963. Robert Frost, he was an American poet, and during his lifetime he had written many poems. Nowadays he has been considered as a nature poet. Nature poet? Yes. Why he is considered as a nature poet? Because he has used nature in his poems, in most of his poems. The second most important characteristic of his poems is that he had used very simple language in his poems. A very simple language, very simple words, so that a common man can understand those poems easily. So you will be surprised to know that Robert Frost, he had been decorated with various awards for his poems, and one of his famous poem that you have done in your class 9, that was The Road Not Taken. So Fire and Ice, this poem has been included in the syllabus of class 10. Fire and Ice, this poem is known as a symbolic poem. Why it is known as a symbolic poem? Because the poet has used fire and ice as a symbol. So in this poem, you do not need to take the literary meaning of fire and ice. Here, fire. The word fire stands for, or we can say the fire word is a symbol for desire, or we can say passion for life. And ice word is a symbol for hatred. Hatred. So again I am saying this fire word is a symbol of desire or passion, like whenever you are having some desires, some wants in your life, so you have that aggression in you that you want to complete that. And again, ice word is a symbol of hatred. Fine, when you do not like someone, so you have that feeling of hate. So again I am saying that throughout the poem, you do not need to take the literary meaning of fire and ice. You have to understand the meaning of these. Fine. So let us start our poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. So Robert Frost, or the poet, he was of the view that the whole world will be destructed in two ways, either by fire or by ice. So he has written the same thing, that some people say that the whole world will end in fire, either in fire or in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So these two lines are the most important one in this poem. So what the poet is saying, that from what I have tasted of desire, now the poet is saying that he is having experience of this desire. He have tasted this fire, or we can say that he had that experience throughout of his life. So what he is saying out of his experience, that from what I have tasted of desire, because he had that experience of desires, I hold. So he is standing by the people who favor that the world will end by fire. Fine. So this was the first stanza. So in the first stanza, the poet is saying the world is being destructed by the fire. Fine. Now just move to the second one. But if it had to perish twice, the word perish means destruct. Now the poet is saying, if the whole world has to perish, has to destruct twice, two times, I think I know enough of hate. Now again, the poet is saying it doesn't mean that I have only experienced the desire. No, I have experienced that hatred feeling also. So in this stanza, the poet is talking about our second symbol, that is eyes. So what the poet is saying, that if the world has to perish twice, 2 times, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction eyes is also great and would suffice. So इस वर्ल्ड को डिस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए not only fire is there, the world can be destructed by the power of ice also, by the power of hatred also. The power or the feeling of hatred, it is also sufficient to destruct the world. So this was a poem about. So again, let us summarize the whole poem in just few lines. Fire and ice, it is known as a symbolic poem. Fire word stands for desire and passion, and ice word stands for the feeling of hatred. So there are 2 stanzas in the poem. In the first stanza, the poet is having the view that the world will be disrupted by the feeling of fire, by the feeling of desire or the passion. And in the second stanza, the poet is saying that the world can also be destructed by the ice. I hope you all have understood the poem. So again, you do not need to take the literary meanings of fire and ice. You have to keep this in your mind that the fire stands for desire and passion, and the ice word stands for hatred. So just to add a little bit about your information, I just want to add that Robert Frost, he just published this fire and ice poem in 1920. Do you know how he got that idea to publish this poem, to write this poem? There was an incident. Actually, what happened in 1919, he met with his friend, and his friend was a scientist. So once poet, he was talking to his friend who was scientist, and he was discussing about the destruction of the earth, and the friend, he told Robert Frost that there are 2 possibilities of the destruction of earth. The living things on the earth can be destructed either by fire or by the ice. Fine. So Robert Frost, he just got an idea. He just took those words, fire and ice, he just wrote down the poem. And again in this poem, because he was a poet, he was not a scientist, so he just included the symbol of fire and ice, and he just wrote the poem. So you do not need to add this in your syllabus. It was like an introduction. It was like an that additional knowledge that I wanted to share with you. I hope all of you have understood. If you find that my video can be helpful to you, so please like my video, subscribe my channel, and share it with others also. Thank you.